me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. Tonight we've got the AMP Grading and Demolition LLC 200 here at North Wilkesboro. I'm Dean Doucette, joined as always by Mr. Baron Labosco. Baron, we get off the road track and back to the oval racing.
Yep, going left this week, Dean, and we're here at the North Wilkesboro Historic Racetrack. A lot of the guys cut their teeth on this track, and you'll see a lot of guys in the Cup Series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, harken back to the days when North Wilkesboro was a regular on the schedule, and now we're here tonight with the Furniture Mart Super Series. So going to be some great racing tonight, Dean. Big field tonight. Should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be a great one. These guys have been racing clean and green lately. We get on this one here. Should be a little more feisty out there with a big field, like you said. And we're back to, good temps out here. And the keys, as always, who wants it? Pitting and strategy. Pitting the big one along with the strategy. They're hand in hand. Baron, I can't say, I do say it every week. But, it's so key. And by now, have we learned anything? Is there something you can do? Can you say pitting early works or pitting late works?
Well, like my dad always said, if you stick your head in the lion's mouth, you're going to smell his breath. So these guys every week are going to have different decisions thrown at them. And with those decisions, we've seen some guys pit a little bit early in front of the pit strategy, and it's managed to work for them. We've seen guys manage restarts, start after start after start, and managed to pull off a win. A little bit of everything in this series, Dean. It could be early pit stops tonight. This is a nice wide track. Some guys are going to get side by side. We're going to see the high line move around a little bit for some of these guys tonight. It's going to be occasions for passing on all three lanes. Dean, you got me, man.
I was going to say, this sounds like the longest no I've ever heard.
Yeah, no is the answer. So that's exactly what it is, Dean. And, I can be a little long-winded tonight. And Lord knows, that's broadcasting on Wind Tunnel TV, my friend.
It definitely is. We see Adam Cole out here just finishing up his lap. Or is he just getting going? I think he's just getting going. So Adam Cole, points leader, trying to get himself in a good starting position here.
Yeah, so points leader out there, turning some laps, getting his qualifying in. Qualifying here, a raucous affair, very fast.
Adam crosses the line and comes in fourth. Great job by Adam there.
Yeah, solid effort. Like what we're seeing out of our points leader this week.
Here we got a rookie making his debut, Kyle M. Fowler out there.
Kyle new to the series. Haven't seen much about him. He's, from what we understand, he's a solid racer. Got some time behind the wheel, so we'll see what he's got in store for the rest of these boys. Hopefully, they've got something, something good to show the field. Hey, he's come to play the right way.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. All the rookies they brought in here have just done great. Zach Woods, last year it was Lem, and Lester's out. Well, I think Lester's been around a bit, but there's one I'm missing. Baron, you help me out here.
Well, let me take a look here. Darren Bruce is new to the series. Let's see, Zach Woods you mentioned. Ian Spears new. Bartell is new to the series, but not a new racer.
Bartell and Spear and Bruce. Because I know them, I don't really count them as rookies, but they truly are. They're making the adjustment over from racing trucks, Xfinity, Cup, and into these super late models. It can be quite the difficult switch up there, Baron.
Yeah, and having a blast doing it. We talked to TJ last week, and he said the adjustment has been great. It's actually helped his racing in the bigger series here on the iRacing servers. He's managing cars a little differently now that he's got some experience behind the wheels, these late models. He raced them once upon a time and decided to come back and do it again with these boys. I think it's a great effort. I think everybody can learn week in and week out. So.
Yeah, I think so too. As these guys grid up, we have a little moment of silence. This league, the great league that they are, and the great people in it, realize that I lost my father this week, and a little trying time in the family, and they kindly decided to have a little moment of silence for us. So we'll take that now. And as I realized, Baron, that, nobody really knew my father here and everything, but I can tell you one thing about him. We called him Coach. He gave me my competitive edge, that spirit, that want to win. And these guys who are up here and win these races, a lot of times when I'm talking on here about what they may be thinking or what they should or shouldn't do, I'm thinking of him because I think as with all of us, we're as good as our teachers, and my father truly was mine.
Dean, I've traded a lot of laps with you over the years. It's been quite a few now. If your competitive spirit comes from his teachings, then the man did a hell of a job. Taught you the right way, Dean, and I'm very sorry for your loss. Friends in the chat room of all thinking of you as well. So tonight we're going to go racing in his honor, and we're going to put on a hell of a show. What do you think?
Absolutely. And with that, we get to our K-T.org qualifying here, where Colin J. Kennedy back on the point. He's up here quite often with a time of 18.113. It's rookie Kyle M. Fowler on the outside of row number 1. You got Woods and Herzog, Cole and Newton, Bruce and Walker Cole, Jason Spear and Turnmeyer rounded out the top 10. You can see where your favorite driver lines up tonight with Matt Eddy at the back of the field. We'll see what he can do later on.
Boy, if he pulls a Matt Eddy on us again this week, you'll have me sold. I will get into his DMs and I will tell that boy, start qualifying, because watch that 88 car. If he doesn't find trouble tonight, he will be at the front of this field.
Yeah, that's what he does, and we're green. A quick green after the truck comes off. Here we go. Fowler on the outside, straight to the point, trying to get in front of the 3 of Colin J. Kennedy. He's going to do it.
And Fowler putting his name out on this field real quick. So in front of a veteran like Colin, now we've seen Colin have great qualifying efforts and has had some struggles early this season to actually turn him into the same finishes. So we'll see what Colin's got for him, but really good effort here by Fowler. And Colin's sandwiched by a couple of rookies now. Here comes Zach Woods.
Yeah, Zach Woods has been great this season so far, sitting here in 3rd, Herzog 4th, and Adam Newton back in 5th. But what a performance at the beginning. I think Colin really surprised. Pace truck came off, green was out, which allowed, and we got trouble on the track, TJ Bartel and Werderman also involved. But that allowed Fowler to get out here. Yes, we are under yellow, actually.
Okay.
So yellow flag thrown for that event. Let's go and have a look and see what happened.
That was kind of a delayed yellow, huh?
That was on me. I don't think it was. I didn't have the standings up, so I did not see the yellow. But here we are. 78 up high. Oh! And up the track came that. I think that was Werderman that kind of came up the track there. And of course, TJ gets collected. Seems to be something that happens a lot to TJ around different series. Interesting. Zach Woods into the pit stalls. So is Turnmeyer and Fred Lester. So early pit stops here.
So interesting in Calamity Corner. We got a car a little loose, some avoidance happening, and all of a sudden we've got some damaged cars in the back. But it looks like everybody's going to get them straightened out and keep running tonight. Nobody was on their lid, so lap 5 of 200 brings out our first.
It does indeed, and now Fowler gets to start on the point. We'll see. Oh, and Herzog's coming in, so really interesting pitting decisions here.
That is unique. So we saw Mark do this last week, didn't we? He pitted real early.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a long race, 200 laps, Baron. I can't imagine this is some kind of fuel strategy. I really don't understand the call, but that's par for the course up here. I asked you earlier if we learned anything about a certain situation. I can tell you the answer unequivocally is no. We do not learn. We only pose questions.
We're absolutely clueless. So Mark Herzog, who is a veteran of this series, is teaching us week in and week out. See if he can make it, right? I mean, that's got to be the assumption. Or he's found some damage he needed to fix.
I mean, 194 laps, Baron? Maybe. I mean, I've been fooled so many times. I'm not going to second guess it, but these guys play some different strategies, but they always have a reason, even if we don't really know what it is.
Yeah, you can put the clown nose on me too, because I got no clue sometimes, and clearly Mark Herzog has a better idea than I do. So let's keep an eye on that 57, and see what he's got for the end of the race.
Let's see, we ride on with Lem here, the Krispy Kreme car right in front, back live. Pace truck going to come off, and we'll have a quick green. Here it is, green's out. Fowler with a nice little leap forward there. Kennedy files into second.
Yep, and Adam Newton takes over the third spot as Zach Woods had a visit to pit road. So Adam Newton out there showing his hand. And look, we see Austin Miller, no surprise, pacing his way through the field now, 3 wide, as Austin will do sometimes, and makes it work and carries on the outside.
My goodness, Termeyer back here. All kinds of action back here at the back of the pack.
Yeah, they're all under a blanket, so watch that outside wall, boys, because it'll come up and bite you here at this track.
See Woods, who had just come in and pitted. Back
so
up
he's
front.
marching forward.
Back up front, it's Fowler and Kennedy, and they're dueling here. Kennedy wants that spot back. Now, Kennedy, we talked to him the other week, and he was talking about finally learning and learning patience, and it's a long race. And yellow flag comes out.
Another yellow now. Jeff Werdeman lap down here. It's like maybe Alan Rowell involved.
Yeah, it looks like it is Alan. Get a look in on him and see what happened. The 94 down real low here. V's up a little bit. Oh, in contact with the 33. That's Andrew Perry there. Down into the grass. Yellow comes out. No harm to anybody, really.
Yeah, he's got a little left front damage. He'll have that fixed up in no time.
See Bartel coming in, still working on that car.
Yeah. First half of the race, he's probably not going to use that fast repair. He's probably going to work it out the best he can. So, in jeopardy of going a lap down while he's on pit road, though. Here comes the leader.
And TJ, the vet, he is just beating the truck out.
Yep. We'll keep TJ on the same lap as the leader, and that's pretty good news. Here comes Alan as he's going to get his damage fixed.
And he does use a fast repair. You see that nose pop right out. So, quick fast repair for the 94.
All right, so lap 13, he touches anything else, he's doing it the old-fashioned way. Breaking out the tape. I wish we had that ability in some of these iRace, man. Just get the bearer bonds out. Let's get me going.
Not the bearer bonds.
Yeah, bearer bonds, named after me. Did you know that, Dean? The bearer bond was something I created in the late 80s. Been sitting on that secret for a very long time. So the Baron bond is how it was supposed to be, but then the Russians took it from me. It was all awful. This is a mess.
Don't make me start linking you to different barons around.
There's only one quite like me. Broadcasting to you live from the great city of Dayton, Ohio. Shout out Dayton, right? If you're in the Dayton, Ohio area, don't stop by. Don't want to see you.
Wow.
Yeah.
No company needed from
Nope.
Baron.
Nope. They don't. They don't. They call me a loner for no reason at all, right?
My goodness.
Shout out to Tyler Lamb from Darren in the field. He's watching us on the YouTube channel. If you're watching us at home, holler to you. We're in the chat room tonight. A lot of prayers and condolences going to Dean. Shout out your favorite driver tonight, though, in YouTube world. Let's see who you're pulling for tonight. I know Colin's always brought his posse with him. Tyler Lem's got his boys with him. The Coles. Is it Cole squared tonight? We got 2 Coles in the field, Adam and
They're
Brian.
all in. Brian just
Yep.
came in and pitted, so the 10
Okay.
pulling strategy as well.
All right. Walker. So call Walker. We got tri-Coles tonight. Did I say that right?
That's right, the Tricol.
Yeah, tri-Coles.
Sounds like one of those pyramid companies. I'm not too sure.
It does. Or almost like a sex toy.
In lap 16 of 200, we're into sex toys. Watch out, folks. Kyle M. Fowler right to the lead again. Down on the inside, though, that's Adam Newton making a push forward.
Yeah, make no mistake, I can devolve any situation in a heartbeat. So here we go with Adam Newton showing up on the field, and he's got pressure from Walker Cole. Happy to see Walker back up there again. But don't look now. Here comes his point-leading uncle right there, Adam, underneath the machine of. Sorry, I'm losing my spot here. Adam underneath Darren Bruce here, trying to get fast.
Yeah, I jumped the camera back a little bit as we got 2 wide all around. Lem up the track. That's going to be dangerous up there.
Yeah, that will
Jason
be.
Spear on the inside lane, just trying to maintain. We know Spear, he's going to go long run, but these guys getting aggressive. There's Miller in the middle of it. He'll put it 3 wide. This is going to get hairy here in a second.
Yeah, and Andrew Prairie running that mellow yellow machine. Love the paint scheme on that car. So Andrew's having a great night. But he's got his mirror full with Austin back there. So make that pass and carry on, boys.
So you love the paint scheme. What do you think of Kyle Petty in his driving days?
Well, Kyle had great hair, so I'm wildly jealous of all the hair he had. Great hair, great mustache. Still wears that sucker.
I think that might be on his bio as a driver.
Great hair?
Great hair.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever drank a mellow yellow, but by God, he's got great hair.
Up front, rookie Kyle M. Fowler out here leading this thing. Kennedy's still chasing. It's Newton third, Walker Cole in fourth. Darren Bruce sitting here in 5th position. And when Darren gets hooked up and likes a track, you watch out. He can do some damage. Adam Cole right on him, though.
Yeah, so Adam, our points leader, putting some pressure on that 14 car. And we were just watching the chat room. We were reminded of Brian Cole's new sponsor, Coca-Cola.
Absolutely. Let's oh, we got a wreck out here, and it's our leader. No!
Oh, no.
Kyle M. Fowler up in the top, in the wall.
Oh, no.
What has happened? Let's have a look. See him here leading. Colin getting a big run. A little wiggle out of the 5, little wiggle out of the 3. 3 pokes his nose and dives in there. Patience thrown out the window. The 3 not showing the patience he talked about. Really kind of cleans him out. Everybody does a really nice job of not making that worse.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster as we had a wreck in the front of the field here. So good driving hands award going to the field tonight. That could have been a bit of a melee.
Little surprise there, Baron. Pretty aggressive move out of Colin. And, you know, we're not calling anything on Colin, but fairly aggressive here on lap 25 of 200.
Yeah, not calling on Colin is, something we specialize in. So, yeah, no, Colin, looking for a hole that may not have been there just at that moment. So, dust off the machine of Fowler, and let's re-rack him and get going again. Shout out to Jason Martin out in YouTube land. Jason out there watching us tonight on Wind Tunnel TV, taking in the sights and sounds of the Furniture Mart Super Series here at Wilkesboro. So, Jason, how you been, buddy?
Yeah, Jason, good friend of the booth here. Love having you in the chat. Now, Jason drove in this series. Didn't have a whole lot of luck out here, Baron. And if you guys here this evening are experiencing some of this turmoil as well.
Hey, look, this ain't easy, Dean. I mean, these guys have been practicing week in and week out, season after season. Some good drivers in this series, and Jason's a qualified driver, no doubt about it. You can't expect to jump into one of these cars and go out there and beat these boys, not on the first run. So there's some stiff competition in here.
Absolutely, there is.
We're not going green. We're not going green.
Yeah, Jason, a solid driver, man. I run against him too. Great driver, man. Knows his way around those Cup cars and those Xfinity cars. He's a tough beat. He's a tough out for sure. But when you shift series and you race against guys that do it week in and week out like this, that's a hard thing to do. So, and I think some of our rookies are seeing some of that now tonight as well.
So delayed caution here on lap 28.
And the AMP Grading and Demolition LLC 200 carries on. Full field tonight at North Wilkesboro. So we take a look in there. Yep, Brian Cole. You had your sights on Marvin just a minute ago. Up front, here comes the pace truck.
Green flag back down. Colin, Jay, to the lead. Now Walker trying to make that same move that Colin just made. Didn't get in there as hard, being a little more cautious. Behind them, 2 by 2 they go. Cole and Perry, or that's Bruce up there on the high side. Spear and Perry. Then you got Hines and Lem going at it.
Yeah, so put Adam Cole in fourth place. So 2 Coles up front right now. And Aaron Bruce trying to make it into the top 5.
And Baron, this looks like Daytona, how close they're racing out here. Oh, we got trouble. It's Ian Spear. Ian Spear around. Didn't look like anybody else really got caught up, but I think he was turned. Looked like he was loose, but probably turned.
Yeah, not sure if Ian did that on his own or if he had some help. Let's take a look.
The 34, green car here. Coming in, here comes the 10 of Brian Cole. Everything's good. Ooh, Brian just with a good run off the center, gets into him. Wasn't expecting him to, like, I think he was a little slow getting on the throttle, and Brian, being as fast as he is, just made a mistake there and got into him.
Yeah, a little bit of nudge, and around goes Ian, but looks like Ian kept it off the wall in fairly good order, and looks like he'll be able to get some of that minor damage fixed, get back out there and get into the fray.
You got to feel bad for a guy like Ian. You know, he's out here, he's trying to log laps, he's doing a better and better job of, you know, not getting in trouble and stuff, but still gets in trouble because of someone else getting into him. It's tough out there when you're just trying to log laps and other guys around you are really, you know, they're front runners. They're trying to get through the field, Baron.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. You're just trying to maintain your position in life, and then all of a sudden somebody comes through and moves you out the way and sends you back to the back. So all that effort and anxiety of passing and getting through the field for nothing. So speaking of getting through the field, called him out earlier, Matt Eddy, up 10 positions in the 12th, knocking on the top of the trend. And boy, you know, this got to feel like a Matt Eddy track. What do you think?
I think every track feels like a Matt Eddy track. You know, I find him very confusing out there because I think at times he doesn't like the track, he's not driving well. Then in the second half of the race, he comes alive, Baron, and it's usually not that he didn't feel comfortable and he just learned the track, it was all strategy. So the 88 may be pretty cagey here, saving his stuff and saving his car.
Yeah, so we talked about that a couple weeks ago. We had him in the top 3 at the beginning of the race, and then he just faded away to nothing, and we counted him out. You and I put the booth jinx on him and said he wasn't going to amount to anything. The rest of the night showed up in the top 3. So I mean, you know, like, how do you yeah, how do you judge a guy like that on his performance.
I'll tell you, this series has been the best for not being able to tell who will win, having thrilling, exciting finishes. I mean, everything you get out of this series is just awesome.
Couldn't agree more, Dean. These guys come to race week in and week out. So pace truck's pulling off here.
Pace truck is off. Kennedy and Cole up front. Kennedy with a great launch. Newton gets underneath Walker. We'll see how this pans out.
Yep, and we've seen this before, haven't we? Walker and Kennedy nose to tail for many laps a couple weeks ago, and Walker on the winning edge of that fight, so we'll see how this works out for Colin.
I can't say enough good things about Walker Cole. Young kid out here, but he has all of the attributes of his father and maybe then some. He's patient. He doesn't do stupid things early in the race, usually. And I just think he's top notch. I think he's going places, Baron.
Yeah, and to the front apparently, because here he is finding himself in second place, and he's being chased by Adam Newton and his uncle Adam, who was out there in the 83 machine. And then some guys that we don't normally talk about. Andrew Perry in top 5. Darren Bruce, 6th place. Barry Hines up 10 spots into 7th. So Barry having a heck of a night.
Yeah, Barry Hines doing a great night out here. And I think Barry, he's been having good nights here this season more often than not. I think Barry, he's been around this series a long time, but he may be continually improving. That's hard to do, Barry. Oh, you're hearing squealing.
Count Marvin Termeyer in the mix here as he's falling back. And there he is.
Grass. So under caution once again.
See what happened to old Marvin, man. Seems like he has no luck. It's bad luck these days.
See here, Herzog and Marvin down. Marvin's low. Ooh, a little contact on entry there.
Once again, the field doing a great job of avoiding the wreck. Marvin and Herzog getting together. That's unusual too. Those two boys tend to run pretty well around each other.
Baron, when you're talking short track racing, super late models, wreck avoidance so tough. These guys are doing an awesome job of it.
Yeah, I agree. Tonight they're really putting on a clinic for that, and I wish I was that good. Wish I was good at something.
Well, you are. You're the wrecker, and then you go on to win, isn't that? We all know the wrecker never gets involved.
Bring back the wheel.
One of the most frustrating things, I joke about Baron, of course, but in general, iRacing, it can be a blood sport out there at the top of it, Baron.
Yeah, it sure can. And everybody gets angry at each other. It's a blast.
It is a blast. So lap 43 of 200. Guys, a little rambunctious out here. Nothing too major, though. We haven't had any big, night-ending wrecks out here. But a little contact on entry, it seems, is what's causing these guys problem, Baron.
Yeah, a little wide, nice wide track. Guys trying to find a way on the low line, causing some of these spins. And you might be able to take a page out of Austin Miller's book, because he's made the high line work for a few passes here. So we'll see if some of these guys watch and learn from the 42.
So you say the wide track. Do you think that's kind of a product of what we're seeing? Guys see that whole bottom on entry open and they kind of dive it in there, some a little too far?
Yeah, I think it's a difference between a wide arc entry and a shallow entry. So you'll see some guys who like to. So like Alan Rowell was very poignant about it one night when we interviewed him. He loves to charge the corner. He said he's got to be careful with it though, because he will get into guys. So you'll see some hard charges diving in, and some guys like to arc it in a little wider.
Green flag racing, and I love those kind of comments in the interviews. We got a battle for the lead. Walker on the outside trying to take control here.
Yeah, side by side, these guys are doing a great job, and Walker Cole put him in the front of the field in that Krispy Kreme machine, that number 20 car.
Wow, on the high side too, Baron. Seems to be working up there.
Well, I think we're laying some rubber down there, Dean, so some guys are starting to get a feel for what that highlight can do for him. So you're going to see more passes. We see a couple more happening here with, it looks like Jason Spear going around on the outside.
Yeah, Spear third in the points, having a good run as always. The 0-2 patiently coming here, and he's in 7th position.
Tyler Lamb trying to follow him through on that high line around Barry Hines, and Tyler having a decent run so far tonight as he's in the top 10, but it looks like Barry's going to get the better of him here as the low lines prevail.
Yeah, it looks like the tale of two corners. You know, they're similar but not the same. And one, you can kind of ride that high line, and in this corner here, it looks like the high line, you kind of get stuck floating up there a little too high.
Yeah, nobody likes floaties, especially in their beer, so if you're up too high, you're liable to get floaties in your beer. The rubber gets in front. If you're sitting in the front row, that's how it normally works.
That won't stop you, will it, Baron? A little floaty?
Never, not once.
Up front, Walker got a little gap here on Colin J. Adam Cole in third with Adam Newton pursuing him. And then it's Bruce, Perry, and the rest of them.
And yeah, the rest of them following through right there. So yeah. Oh, and we got another one around.
The yellow flag is out.
It looks like Herzog again.
Baron, are you laughing at me?
I was.
Herzog around. It looks like a little self-spin here. Let's get a look at it.
Looks like Herzog just checked up and the rear end got around on him.
Yeah, maybe a little too high on entry. Hard to say there.
Yeah, got it locked down so nobody hit him. He's carry on, right? Single car spin.
Absolutely. Fred Lester heads to pit road.
From the chat, the only thing I want floating my beer is my liver. Well played, Darren, in the chat tonight. So funny.
Lap 52 of 200 here in the AMP Grading and Demolition LLC 200. Whew.
That's a bit of a mouthful, Dean.
It is a bit of a mouthful as we see
That's
Miller
what she
and
said.
Turner. What about Marvin here? Now, Marvin's going to come out probably in 20th place. You know, we've been rooting him for years now to get up here and get one of these wins. We know he's got the speed and the talent. And, you know, when's he going to get it done, Baron?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the minute we stop talking about him, Dean, will be the time he goes out there and steals one of these. Maybe we have to take a night off. He'll go out there and get a W.
Now, we've got great affection for him. Marvin, one of the good ones out there.
Well, we keep jinxing him. Week in and week out, we put the booth jinx on him. And, yeah, he could be leading this thing. We say something about him, he wrecks. Love Marvin, though. Quality guy. If you ever get a chance to talk to him a little about racing. Set some time aside, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, both of you guys, you know, crisscrossing America there as we're about to go green flag racing. Walker with a great jump there. Holy cow.
Yeah, caught the rest of the field sleeping, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Nap time is in the afternoon, boys and girls. Not during racing.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag is out. Herzog is around. Ian Spear is around.
Did you get anything cool for Christmas, Dean? And
Christmas. Let's see. I don't know what did I get for. I'm too old.
I got drunk for Christmas. That's what I got.
Yeah, I can't remember too much special except for love, Baron. Lots of love.
There you go. Well, that's as good as drunk. Might be better. Depends on who you're loving.
You know, gravy. If I got gravy for Christmas with my turkey, I'm happy.
Nice. Nice. Can't be a little brown gravy with you. You do brown gravy or white gravy?
Oh, gotta be brown.
Brown gravy, yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
like, you know, not too brown. It's got to be just right, you know.
Yeah, yeah, like milk chocolate brown, right? Not like dark chocolate
You
brown,
know,
right?
Christmas, you know, don't tell the wife or anything, but
It'll be our
you
secret.
got to go to mom, right? You get mom's gravy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I had to avoid that conversation this year. New girlfriend, she wanted to cook. She did a great job. Hats off to her. Did a wonderful job.
You
Stuffing
don't.
was
Does she
on point.
listen, Baron? Do you have to lie on here?
No, she never listens. I never even told her where to listen. But it'll be my luck. She'll figure it out one day, and then I'll get a look. Did you have to talk about my gravy?
So is it gravy or stuffing for you?
I'm an East Coast guy, and I'm in the Midwest, and they actually call it dressing. And that threw me for a loop for years. I was like, "We're having salad too?"
A little
Which is
cool
cool.
ranch dressing or something?
Love dressing, right, on my salad. But now they call it dressing out here in the Midwest. So, um, brown gravy, I agree with you, Dean. Brown gravy on my turkey and on my mashed potatoes, and throw a little bit of that on the stuffing, and give me a little space because I'm gonna make things happen now.
Well, I'm gonna give everybody a little tip here, and that's the upside down turkey. You cook it upside down, moist.
Does it work? I've heard of that. That sounds awesome.
Oh, it works fantastic.
Does it? Okay, we're gonna do that. I gotta go buy a bird. Seriously, I'm that guy. I'll go throw one in an oven for 4 hours just to see if it works. I'll do it.
It does.
Don't
It's
you tempt me.
fantastic. Whenever I hear people talk about dry turkey, I don't know what they're talking about. And I don't know what we're talking about. There's a race going on, Barry.
It's the Yellow Flag 500, Dean.
Yeah,
We're
we've
out
had a
here.
few yellows here
Yep.
tonight. You know, the race before Watkins Glen, I think they went green, maybe one caution. Fantastic. But you pack a bunch of cars here. We got a big field on North Wilkesboro, and you kind of get this.
Yeah, some guys, a little over aggressive getting into these turns. I get it, sorting it out for the second half of the race. We're just having a little fun, but I like talking about brown gravy. Who doesn't like talking about stuffing and gravy
I don't know. They're sick if they don't.
and beer?
Green, green, green.
Walker again with a great launch.
Yeah, so we've got Walker Cole out front, Colin J. Kennedy right behind him, Adam Newton running up in third place, Adam Cole now right there in the fourth position, and Adam our points leader. So Adam having a solid night tonight, Dean. He's hoping to maintain that points lead.
How about Zach Woods? Pass one high, dive down low. Perry holds him off, but gets into Bruce in the process, and they're wrecking all three of them.
Oh, well, we got a bunch of cars mixed in there now, boy.
So that was a product of Perry trying to hold off Zach Woods, and it just did not work out.
No, sir. We got him 3 wide, and that was not going to make it too awful long. And wadded the field up, lap 63.
Yes, sir. Caution. Back out. You see here, Zach Woods and Perry, right? And there's black and the orange car. And yeah, Perry just throws it in. He wants to get in front. Let's back that up a bit. He wants to get in front of that black car of Woods on entry. Just very tough decisions to be made there. It's too early, Baron, but everybody's going for it, and you get swept up in it.
Yep. They're all looking for that lane to make a pass. So here we are, lap 64, under caution. We were talking about brown gravy and turkey, upside down turkey. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Well, what's the difference, Baron, between Christmas and Thanksgiving meal?
Well, about 10 degrees where I live. How about you?
Yeah, at least that, if not more up here. But yeah, it's turkey for me. I hear down there, I was under the assumption that Thanksgiving was a little different. Maybe some pig or something.
Well, I've seen at Christmas, sometimes you get a Christmas ham. My family's Italian, so we got lasagna.
Look
True
at
story.
here. What do we got here, Baron?
Brian Cole on pit row here in that good-looking Coca-Cola machine.
That's
Celebrate
the
his new sponsor,
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
That is quite the paint job. It actually is Coca-Cola on there, and he promised it, and he's got it.
He has delivered, hasn't he? So
Absolutely.
nicely done from Brian Cole. Brian got a great sense of humor last week. Had a bit of a run last week, and was trying to hold off Austin Miller, and he said we got a new sponsor. It was the Coca-Cola. So had a bit of a hiccup, and it allowed Austin to go on through and take the W. And he's having a little fun with himself tonight.
Walker Cole looking for another great launch here. No choice but to go right away because there's just no time. Pace truck off. There's the launch. Colin a much better job this time, but I don't think he can get there. Newton looking to file in. And Zach Woods all the way back up to fourth. He's been powering through here.
Yeah, he sure has. And if there's a hole, he's taking it. So this seems to be working out right now. And we'll see as the laps tick off if we get them spread out a little bit and get some racing done here. Side by side, though, back there, looks like Matt Eddy up to 11th. So managing to avoid the field wrecks, and he is slowly but surely matriculating. That's my school word for the evening. His way to the front.
Goodness. Look at the big brain on there.
Don't you dare ask me to spell that either.
Eddie's doing a great job. I like the way he's racing. I like the way he's thinking. We're only on lap 70 of 200 here.
Yep, and Alan Rowell down on the inside line and making that line work. He said he was going to be down there, and by God, he's promised, and he's made it happen. So as Eddie takes a look at him.
Get a look in on Jeff Werdeman here in 9th position. Doesn't
Took
make
words
many
out of my
races,
mouth.
but good to see him up here in the top 10, Baron.
Yeah, I took my words right out of the mouth. Old Jeff Werdeman found himself in the top 10. So good to see him back. Jeff was on vacation last week, saying hi to us in the chat. So good to have him around.
Absolutely.
Ronnie and Jason Spear in the room watching us. Jason Spear, fan of brown gravy. No shock from there.
Looks like Tyler Lem setting the fast lap here. How about that 99 machine? The Rocket Man, as they call him, up to 6th position.
Yeah, Tyler having a solid night. We talked about him a little while ago. Tyler, week in and week out, delivering top 10 finishes. If he stays out of trouble as the race evolves, he's a contender. So we're looking for him to get to victory lane. He's been knocking on the door lately, and like to see that mellow yellow machine out there playing with a checkered flag, something that Kyle Petty rarely did. Yellow flag here. We're back.
And my bad here. Yellow flag once again here. Looks like Ian Spear, Andrew Perry involved. See the 34 green car coming out. Oh, up in front. That's Marvin and Perry.
Yeah. Marvin and Perry got together up there. They looks like they ran out of real estate. Poor Ian.
Poor Ian, wasn't him.
Ian's found trouble tonight.
It's found him. He hasn't found it.
Yeah. I tell you what, that boy needs to buy a lottery ticket. I mean, because the luck he's having, he's got to get some luck sooner or later.
I don't know, Bear. The way it's been going for him, I think he's got a better chance of getting hit by lightning.
Right. Ooh.
I wonder if he can bet on that.
You probably could somewhere on DraftKings, I'm sure. Wouldn't help my luck. Rough week I had last week.
Walker with the big fake.
The dip-de-doo. Didn't work.
Didn't fool anybody.
Nope, afraid not.
As we go silent in the booth. Walker Cole, Colin Kennedy, Zach Woods, Adam Newton. Only lap 78 of 200 here, Baron. You guys got to settle down just a little bit.
Yeah, cooler heads are going to prevail sooner or later, and we're gonna prove that once and for all coming up. I can feel it.
Sure that isn't gas?
That's a possibility too. Black pepper sets me aside.
Same story with Walker up front, getting a good jump. Zach Woods looking to make a move on the outside of Mr. Newton.
So nothing really changing up front on these short runs. Zach showing speed, but not enough laps to really to make it pay off yet. So Adam Newton, KG veteran, just taking care of his stuff there as Zach is on the high line. He might make it work, and he does, looks like. So color Zach in the third spot.
Yeah, I mean, he pitted early, so he's come from the back to the front. He's really done something to get there.
Yeah, a lot of hard driving, a lot of practice too.
We've got ourselves a whole gaggle of cars back here.
I love the word gaggle because that produces shenanigans.
It really does.
There's some hooligans in there.
Woo! The
Rabble
94
rousing.
driving down there, almost causing a kerfuffle.
Oh, that's the second time this year we've had a full-on kerfuffle from Dean. God, I love it. Right, so here we go. Bruce Pearson finding himself in the top 10. We didn't get to talk much about Bruce tonight. Running the high line, making it count.
Yeah, Bruce having a nice season so far. Been up here riding, getting faster and faster. He's up 8 spots on the night.
So really nice. He's under the gun right now. It looks like Herzog and Brian Cole going on by, but well, almost a Herzog pass. But Brian Cole making a clean pass of the 22, and now here comes Herzog, and it looks like he's dragging Adam Perry on by with him.
All kinds of battle. There's not enough room out there for these guys.
Well, I think what we're learning, Dean, here is that maybe the high line isn't a very fast way to pass. I mean, it seems like guys can hang on for a few laps, but eventually that low line will prevail.
Yeah, I think so, but like I said earlier, I think it's a tale of two corners. You can get away with it in one corner, but then the next corner you fall back, so it's not really a winning strategy here.
It wouldn't
We've
appear.
had a little bit of an issue here. Looks like Kyle Fowler, early leader, had a wreck there from the front, and now in deep trouble.
Yeah, and he's found himself back in the field, so he's got a fast car, though, Dean. I expect him to stay on the lead lap if this thing stays green.
Already close to the leaders catching up to him, but he is quick, like you said. Walker out front getting chased by Colin J. Colin trying to remain patient here, trying to learn from earlier mistakes. You know, we've seen this out of Colin many times, and it's about finishing. We can say that about several guys, Baron. Very tough to finish.
Yeah, and we've seen now Colin has got a fast machine, and somebody's on pit road. Who's this? Oh, it's Fowler.
Fowler coming in.
All right, so he's throwing up the white flag. He's going to go in and get tires and service for his machine. So very good. So Colin J. Kennedy filling up the rearview mirror of that 20 car, Dean. Think he can make the pass?
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to. They're so evenly matched. I think he's better off to just ride and hound him here. But he does have to worry about Zach Woods sitting in third, because Zach will get up here and put the pressure on him. The guy I wanted to check in is this guy, the 42, Austin Miller, up 14 spots on the night, Baron.
Yeah, and no surprise, the 42 finding his way to the front. He's methodically worked his way through the field. Last week's winner at Watkins Glen, so he proved he can turn left and right, Dean, and here he is in the 6th position.
Yeah, it should be no surprise. Austin can do it all.
and apparently can do it with a clean machine. So let's see what Austin's got in store for the rest of the field as this night goes on.
It seems like they kind of got it sorted out here, Baron. We could be getting set here, dare I say it, for a green flag run.
Don't put the booth cheeks on them now, Dean. I mean, we got guys side by side out here. So yeah, it looks like they've got it sorted out as we close in on halfway at the AMP Grading and Demolition LLC 200. Live from North Wilkesboro Speedway.
See here, Worthington doing battle with Jason Spear, I believe, on the high side. You got Brian Cole right behind. Roel in there putting on pressure. So a heavy battle. Spear almost off the wall there.
Yeah, pretty close there. And it looks like Brian's going to fill a gap here as we fall ourselves under caution again. Lap 96. Booth Jenks holds.
And Ian involved again. We'll see if any of his doing. If it's what we've seen all night, I'm going to say no. It looks like I'm going to be wrong, Baron. All alone, the 34 here.
Let's see what he does with it here. Okay.
The dreaded crossover there. A little overcorrection. It looks like we got pit stops from our leaders. This is going to shake things up. My goodness.
Clean in, clean out, right, Dean? That's what she said.
Walker's in. Colin Jay's in. Zach Woods. Walker, Spear, Lem, Bruce, Werderman, Roel. Tons of people on pit road right now. Colin wins the battle off of pit road. Zach Woods second. Looks like Brian Cole slips up into third off of pit road.
Nice.
So that's going to hand the lead over to Adam Newton here as we approach the halfway mark and approaching lap 100 of 200. And I don't know, Newton out front. Has he pitted though?
I don't know, Dean. Let's take a look.
0 stops for the 5 machine of Adam Newton. So I don't know about this strategy. I don't hate it. I mean, he's got clean track for now, but he will have to pit, Baron.
Yeah, he's going to have to. He can't make the whole field, or he can't make the whole race on one tank of gas. So let's see.
Lester comes in. Bruce comes in.
Halfway pit stops, right?
I guess I'm just thinking right now about how many caution laps we had, and can Newton maybe make it?
Wow, I didn't even consider that. That's a lot of caution laps.
A lot of cautions and maybe more to come. Maybe
He
that's
may
what
be
he's
able to make
thinking.
Well, he's got his hands full. There's that 42.
Mr. Excitement himself, the 42, Austin Miller, up 18 spots. And your guy, Matt Eddy, he's up 16. These are 2 big movers of the night. I mean, they'd be hard-pressed to find someone who moved more than these 2.
Let's see, where's Brian Cole? He's up 11, so.
Yeah, Brian Cole also doing a great job.
Barry Hines up 12.
Green, green,
So,
green.
big movers.
Green flag down. Newton with a good start there. Miller files into second, and then it's Cole and Herzog doing battle.
And Herzog, what a recovery by that man. I mean, he's been around several times.
You seem to say that a lot of the 57. You know, it should be no surprise to see him here again towards the front.
Yeah, and he's being trailed by that 88 on the outside, so wonder if they found something out there, Dean.
Well, it's like you say, that rubber builds up and it starts to come in. It looks like they have found something as he takes third. So Herzog up to third. Adam Cole back to fourth. Barry Hines trying to hold off a couple of hard chargers in Matt Eddy and Colin Jay.
Yeah, and Colin Jay with his service, so that's the last time we'll see him on pit road. Hopefully he can turn this into a solid finish tonight.
What a battle this little group is. Zach Woods back in here. You got Walker Cole, TJ Bartell in here.
Brian Cole.
Lem's in the mix. Oh, and around goes Colin. So Colin J, I don't see a caution.
So it looks like Colin maybe got a little tap from the back end.
Let's see if we can get a look in on it. Oh, and we got yellow on the track as well. So there, two guys got a little sideways. That's Hines along with Eddie. That kind of got everybody together, and Woods come in and cleaned them out.
Yep. So a little slide, but no harm, no foul there. Colin not picking up any damage. He'll be able to continue on without any too difficulty.
Look in on Fred Lester. Haven't called his name too much here this evening. The 48, all alone here, really overdrives the corner here, comes off. And wow, Perry with a head of steam just cleans them out. So not too sure what was going on there, but it looks like Newton's about to come in for a pit stop.
Well, a little bit of the chrome bumper.
So Newton in from service from the lead. You know, I don't know. The guy's just pitted a couple laps ago. This is really going to put him behind the 8 ball, Baron.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
I was talking to him. Signal problems here lately.
So Newton off of pit road, lone taker out there. Miller out front now, wouldn't you know it, up 19 spots in a field of 22. Austin Miller, your race leader.
Hang on now, because he's going to be a handful moving forward here, isn't he?
He's definitely going to be a handful. Herzog in second, Adam Cole, Matt Eddy, Barry Hines, Brian Cole, Walker Cole. So a lot of tough competitors starting to shift towards the front here.
108 of 200, and new leader Austin Miller, last week's winner. And he's followed closely by your points leader, Adam Cole. So Adam having a straight, great night tonight, Dean.
Absolutely. Great night. Points leader. I'm sorry, is that Adam Cole you were talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Adam Cole, I mean, he's been great all season long. The 83, he's really impressed me, you know, and I think this is a Cole pride thing, you know. He may get sick of this father-son thing and say, hey, let's talk about the 83 a little more.
And he's doing it. But he's in a gaggle of some tough candidates right now, so take a look at your lineup. Some of them former champions, all of them former race winners. Adam Cole got himself in a spot, don't he?
He absolutely has himself in a spot, but a good spot. Right behind the leader. He should be able to jump, and there might be a battle with him and Herzog coming up.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Green.
Yes, sir. Miller down and away. Behind him, they almost go 3 wide. Hines looking low. Cole trying to hang on. He does. Eddie takes the high side. Eddie continues his march towards the front.
And Eddie really putting on a clinic how to keep the car clean and move it forward. Look, he's dragging that 10 car with him, Dean.
He is indeed. Hines gets a little loose. That gives it to Eddie. Eddie now up here battling Adam Cole. And he's bringing Brian Cole, is Eddie, bringing him along with him.
So
as the
88's gonna
boosters to
settle
talk
in.
Confucius ways.
I love Confucius. You got a kerfuffle and a Confucius, Eddie. Dean, you're on a next level broadcast tonight, my friend.
I don't think I'm on my game tonight, folks, but we're still going to have a little bit of fun with it out here. Here's Lem. In front of him is Woods and Walker Cole and Hines and Brian Cole.
And a little bit of wiggle out of the 83. He's really driving this thing hard, Dean.
falling back a little bit to Eddie here. Or actually, Eddie was there. Oh, Eddie in the center of the corner. What a great job of rolling the center. He wiggles a little bit off exit.
Yeah, taking a page of the Austin Miller playbook, that thing's really rotating the center well.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing there. You know, Austin so good at, Austin so good at rolling the center. Matt Eddie. Oh, I'm behind him.
Caution, yellow flag.
Another kerfuffle.
Oh boy. Several cars involved. Werderman's in it. Rowell, Bruce. Let's get a look and see what happened here.
That's a straight-on fracas.
It's a fracas. Here's Jason Spear in the 02. Look up ahead, a little contact between Hertz and Walker Cole. Walker then loses it, Lem into him, Spears into him, and it's on from there. Several cars involved. I don't think it was too heavy though, but caught about 7 or 8 cars there, Baron.
You ever play domino?
Yeah, I played domino.
So does this field.
Right now, Baron, I think we're going to take a commercial break here and maybe take the hex off of these guys. We'll be right back here in the AMP Grading and Demolition LLC 2.
Where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole from Dawsonville, Georgia, in the number 9 Coors Ford qualifying and Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison.
Austin Miller out front, Herzog, Adam Cole, Eddie, Brian Cole, Hines, Zach Woods, Colin J. Kennedy, Walker Cole, and Tyler Lem, your top 10.
Good to see Lem in the top 10, having a solid night tonight, Dean. And these guys getting it sorted out, but the cream rises to the top, doesn't it?
It always does, sir, always. Let's ride on board here with Tyler Lem and see what you see, Baron.
Yeah, so closely in behind the 20 car of Walker Cole, who's attempting a pass. And it looks like he's got a nice, steady, even wheel here, Dean. Good, easy driving out of this guy here in the 99. So what do you think? Oh, I got one up high here.
That's Barry Hines up there. Yeah, he looks mellow in the mellow yellow machine.
That's right. So, yeah, nice and easy on the wheel, protecting his tires, hoping for a long run here.
125 at 200. Miller, your race leader.
Yeah, and Herzog has found himself, after all the calamities, and he's in second place. Followed by Matt Eddy, who's finally made his way to third, but he's under duress. Here's the 83 car.
Yeah, Brian Cole's Zach Woods. There's some heavy talent here doing battle. Colin J right in there as well. And Zach Woods gets loose off the corner.
Yeah, and looks like Matt Eddy gave him a little room up there, so he was a little high. Side-by-side, great side-by-side battle.
Now, how familiar are you with this track, Baron?
You know, I've run it a few times, Dean, but not consistently enough to be any kind of a authority on it. It's a unique track in that you said it before several times. Neither corner is the same. So in open setups, you kind of get one right and you hope for the best with the other one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these guys running a modified open setup as we follow the yellow. Brian Cole.
Brian Cole is just up towards the front. Back to the back he goes. Let's get a look at it. See, it looks a little loose. Off the wall a little bit. Loose on entry. And around he goes. Ooh, over correction. Heavy lick.
Big hit for the front end of that car. Brian might be in some trouble tonight, folks.
You might have to keep that car for another week, Baron.
I do like the scheme.
Bruce Pearson coming in. Darren Bruce. Brian Cole.
So it looks like Brian, I wonder if he's used his fast repair already.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything getting immediately fixed. I did get off him there for a minute, but looks like some damage on the left front still, Baron.
Yeah, pretty heavy lick there. Hopefully his engine didn't take too much of a hit, or he'll be under power.
Approach 10:30 here. It's Miller, Herzog, Eddy, Cole, and Woods.
Are we missing the 16? Did he retire? He did.
Yeah, early trouble in there. I think he was quite frustrated after leading the race. Took to the garage.
Interesting.
Darren Bruce and Brian Cole back in.
Adam Newton finds himself in the top 10 again. That didn't take too awful long. Thank you, Jason Martin, for pointing that out.
Yeah, you got to persevere out here, and Newton's done just that. I mean, he's championship racing this year. He really wants one of these championships, Baron.
I think he keeps doing what he's doing. He's going to find it too. Adam really putting together a solid season, week in and week out, finishing strong, and that's how you win championships.
Herzog getting set to do battle one more time up here.
So lap 134 of 200, side by side through most of this race. Pace truck can pull off. Let's send him.
Don't say send him.
Green, green, green.
Send him to racing.
Miller with a good start. Herzog also, but Eddy got a nose underneath him. Not quite. He backs out of it. Adam Cole to the high side.
Yeah, a little bit of racecraft going on there. How about that? So.
I love it. And I love the battle we're seeing from Adam Cole. He's not giving up the way he did last year. He didn't give up this spot. I mean, he might lose it, but he's fighting for it, man.
Yeah, and he's not in the preferred line, and he probably recognizes that, but hats off to him for keeping a pretty wheel and keeping that car fast.
Falls in behind Eddy. Woods on the bottom there, trying to make a move, getting a little loose. He is really working that machine, man.
Yeah, and Zach has got some talent behind the wheel now, so if a little patience go a long way. But they'll be side by side here for a while. It's hard to pass, hard to do it clean, and it takes practice.
Adam Cole holding him off on the high side here. What a drive from Adam Cole.
Yeah, that took guts, and that took a lot of determination. And Adam said, this is my spot. We're gonna keep this one right where it belongs.
Herzog is all over the 42 there. The 57 putting all kinds of pressure on Miller.
Yeah, and Jason Martin has pointed out from the YouTube chat room that there might be some damage on the front of this 42, Dean.
I thought for sure you were going to say the peanut gallery. But yeah, there is a little damage on Miller, and there's some damage on Herzog as well.
Right. Well, I imagine all these cars have some damage. Yeah, although maybe Matt Eddy doesn't. I mean, he's run such a quiet race, and there he is, you know, in third. So.
Yeah, I love Eddie's been clean. I mean, that car looks pristine out here. The 88 just lurking in third.
So, yeah, good drive by the 88. Very much an Eddie drive. Got my best out here.
So, yeah. As we start to clown on each other a little bit in the booth. Miller and Herzog, Eddie right there. Let's go back and see Cole. He's under heat still from Woods. I'm telling you, Woods wants to go forward, and so does Kennedy. Kennedy's been really up there towards the front all night, and he's been pretty aggressive as well.
Yeah, but you got to pass him, and you got to do it clean. So you got two choices, right? Riding his tire tracks or find a way around. Adam, not doing anything wrong here. He's driving his race.
Absolutely. I mean, what do you think about that? What are you to do? Are you going to ride around and just in their tire tracks, as you say? It's like a parade in that case, isn't it, Baron?
Yeah, it sure is, and it can grow frustrating. It's so hard to pass, and these cars are pretty equal as a whole. So it's up to the driver to pick and choose, you know, when their spot is to pass. And so a lot of times guys will simply do what you said, you know, patience, wait for them to make a mistake, you know, wait for an opportunity to present itself, and then you go for a pass. In the meantime, you just got to sit back there and ride until you can find your spot. And guys who have shown patience week in and week out find a way to the front.
Fred Lester doing a little Sunday drive through the grass here.
A little Dido, right?
Dido.
Yeah, we got a little one of those in there tonight. It's a good night. Good night, Schreiner, if we can do that. So it looks like Zach was trying a bit of an arc, and Colin boogered up the works for him. Colin said, I'll take that opportunity. So Zach wanting to make an arc to try to do a wide turn in and a quick run off, and Colin Kennedy went for the pass and blew it for him.
Yeah, it can be so frustrating. Woods really pushing. I mean, you see him getting loose off the corner.
Yeah, very flat entry, so it's going to be hard for his rear tires to keep up with that kind of entry. So I think he had the right idea once upon a time, but Colin J said, well, wait a second, that's an open door. I'm going to take it.
Back up front, it's still Miller and Herzog. These old vets up here doing a great job here, and I'm really impressed with Herzog because you give Miller clean track like this, he'll walk away sometimes, Baron.
Yeah, he sure will. And look what these two have done to Matt Eddy. So Matt Eddy was knocking on the door. They put a little gap on Matt. So it appears that they have found something and are willing to stay in line until they can sort this out at lap, 190.
Absolutely. Right now, lap 151 of 200. It's Miller and Herzog. Eddy in a clear third. Adam Cole starting to clear out into fourth. Zach Woods fifth. Colin J in sixth. Barry Hines having a nice run up 10 spots. He's in seventh. Walker Cole right there. Adam Newton and Tyler Lem rounding out the top 10.
Yeah,
Jeff
so
Worthing
great
right
runs. Yep, great runs right there. And so it looks like they've got a little space between each other now. Cars are starting to even out.
Worthing starting to put a little pressure on Lem here for 10th.
Yeah, Wardeman, we haven't talked about him much. So Wardeman running a part-time schedule with us this year, and Jeff having a great run tonight.
Yeah, Jeff having a great run. Always good to see him back out here. A valued member of this series, and you know, really a good guy. And we've seen him get a win last season, Baron, and it was quite thrilling to see him get that.
Yeah, popular win with the other racers. A lot of guys popping in to say hi to Jeff as he'd taken his checkered flag and was having his interview. So it was good to see Jeff get his win. But tonight, who you got, Dean? Who do you think is going to take this checkered flag?
Well, right now, I mean, it's got this green run type of feel to it, but I don't trust it, Baron. So I think we're going to shuffle it up a couple more times, and I'm going to throw it right on this guy we're on right now, Walker Cole. He's been fighting. He hasn't got towards the front yet, but he's got the speed, and I think a caution or two, and Walker Cole pulls it out.
I like your pick, Dean, and I'm going to go with another young gun directly in front of him, Colin J. Kennedy tonight. Colin has run a strong race. He's right there hounding Zach. We know he's been as fast, if not faster than Zach. And Zach's had a great run. Give me Colin Kennedy in a 3-car tonight, Dean.
All right, Colin J. Well, we're taking some dark horses position-wise tonight, Baron.
Yeah, we sure are. Look, the low-hanging fruit is Austin Miller, right? Austin won last week. He's won repeatedly on tracks of this nature. So the low-hanging fruit would be Austin or Mark, but give me the dark horse tonight, Dean. I'm feeling like a long shot.
Taking the long odds here. One of the big payoff. You know, what kind of payoff would we get betting on these two? I'm thinking about 20 to 1 here.
God, wouldn't it be great if we could DraftKings this thing?
Well,
oh,
someone's got to start that up for this league. We know these guys. We could put some odds on them.
I would be broke every week.
Yep.
Because I can't pick a winner to save my life.
Absolutely. We can barely pick pit strategy.
That's right. We're doing a lousy job of that.
So we ride on board with Mark Herzog here as he tries to chase our leader down. And I like what I'm seeing out of him here. Pretty, you know, subtle on the wheel here. A little counter steer on the straightaways, but real nice through the corner here, Baron.
Yeah, I like that. And that counter steer just means he's getting all of his rear tires into that turn. So it's coming off in the right way, and he's shooting out, getting some speed down those straightaways. But to no avail. He's not gotten any closer to the 42.
No, not really. Now, trying to throw the car up high in that, is there something about throwing the weight around that can help these cars turn as well, Baron?
Well, these are all left bias cars. So for the average race enthusiast, left bias cars mean that you have more weight on the left side than you have on the right. So if you think about road course racers, those cars are all evenly balanced weight across all 4 tires. These cars are left weight balanced, and so they're set up in that manner. They'll actually have higher spring rates on the right side because the centrifugal, there's a school word, force of the car turning left causes the weight to shift to the right side of the vehicle. So, and we got caution.
Well, we don't have caution. Oh, there's the caution finally coming out, but Bruce and Spear out here having a little derby action in the grass.
Which also spares me from finishing my thought there because I just don't remember. Look, getting old sucks.
It really does. I'm going to look in here at the 88 of Eddie because Eddie, it says, went off track. Oh, and he got tapped here by the 83. Zach Woods goes right on through. So, wow, a big accident up front while that other nonsense was going on. The 88, man, oh man, Eddie been clean all night.
Yeah, just got a little tap and around he goes. So it's going to be fun watching him come through the field.
Well, as predicted here, we have our caution. And our guys sitting back in 5th and 6th now. Miller, of course, going to be awful tough. With all these guys are going to be tough. Pearson hits pit road. Perry's on there. Love that car. Sharp looking.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good-looking vehicle. Some really sweet paint schemes this year on these cars. Really like what these guys have done.
Adam Cole coming in. My goodness, Barry Hines is in. Eddie, Roel, lots of guys coming in here with 30 to go, Baron.
Not shocked to see Eddie in here, but my goodness, you know, with Andrew Perry in there, I'm a little shocked to see him on pit row. I thought he'd already got his stars. Barry Hines, yeah, interesting. Well, shows what I know, Dean. Ain't a whole lot.
Tires. So these guys coming on for tires, they think they're going to help. We've seen in super late models, the tires don't mean a whole lot, but not always. We've seen some tracks where it comes into play. Do you think this is one of them, Baron?
Well, we're going to find out. Look, if they're running on the high line, then yeah, they're going to need it. And if that's the only way to make passes, they got 30 laps to use up these tires. So we'll see.
Bruce comes in late here. All right, 30 to go. Probably not done with cautions quite yet, but we're at shootout style now. Miller and Herzog, Woods right there. Woods gonna try and get in there. So is Kennedy. So maybe Walker, you know, my guy sitting back there, just kind of wait it out maybe. I mean, I'm rooting for you. You got Colin J. I mean, you might see it different.
Yep, well, 29 laps to settle it, so Colin J's up there in 4th, so.
Ian Spear coming off of pit road. Well, would it surprise you if we have a surprising ending here and a thrilling finish, Baron?
Nope, not even a little bit. It seems week in and week out we get that out of this series, so we'll see who does what in the closing laps here at the AMP Grading Demolition LLC 200.
There we go, Miller, great start. The battle back with Woods and Kennedy. Kennedy on the high side, Woods pinned down again. We'll see if he can handle that car on that low line.
And we've seen this battle rage all night between that 3 and that 51. So let's see what happens as it pans out.
And that's where you get cleared. Right out of 4 there. The track's got a weird shape to it, and the low line can clear the guy right in that spot.
Yeah, the drive off matters there. And apparently if you're on that low line, you get a little extra oomph in the tires as they come out that turn. Oomph is a technical term too, by the way.
I thought it was an acronym or something. I wasn't too sure.
With the sound I make getting out of a chair.
Darren Bruce has had an incident here, so the 14, not his night tonight. Just under power, that thing just gives way, around she goes. No real harm there.
Yep, so carry on, driver of the 14 car. Yellow flag.
All right, 26 to go.
All right.
4 more re-racks.
Potentially.
Miller, Herzog, Woods, and Kennedy. Cole and Newton. Werderman's up to 7th. Lem's up to 8th. Brian Cole fighting back to 9th. And Eddie back in the top 10.
That didn't take long. Those are fresh tires too on that 88 car.
Well, I think that's what these guys are counting on, you know. Pick up a few spots, caution, close the gap, pick up a few more, and hey, it might be a winning strategy.
Well, we know that Matt Eddie, he's going to make it work one way or another. So let's see how it works out for him. He'll be the marker.
Jason Spear getting back on the lead lap. That's big. He's 3rd in points. So for his championship hopes, he could pick up some serious points here. Currently in 17th position.
So your points leader finding a little bit of trouble on pit row. He's in 15th now. Adam Cole, deep in the field, Dean. He's got some work ahead of him.
Yeah, he definitely got work. Him and Spear back here. Those are first and third. I believe Newton is in second. So Newton second in points, 6 on the track. He could pick up the points lead here.
And we know that's his overarching goal for this season. So let's see how he plays out these last 25 laps as we tick down to the end of this thing.
Getting lined up, getting ready to do battle here.
Green, green, green.
Green flag, and oh, Zach Woods giving shots, Walker giving shots to him, and they're crashed, wrecked, and Walker trying to get back in there. That was quick.
Huh.
It was very interesting. Woods trying to get a jump on the start. So watch Woods here come up on Miller. And this caused a chain reaction, I believe. Yep, bang, bang, 2 bangs. Walker gives him a bang. Around they go. Nobody else involved. So over-aggression, once again, out of both of them, started with Woods and ended with Walker.
We be banging.
We be banging. That's what we need. We need the common Hawaiian song. what sing us something, would you, Baron?
You know, I was thinking, you know, when I was hooked on Viagra, it was the hardest time of my life, Dean.
Any hospital visits with that, or?
High-level joke there, man. Get it? Hardest time of my life.
Oh, I'm with you.
Oh, I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's been a long one, folks, here, and anybody who's still here with us, we certainly appreciate you. Tough race for us, tougher for the drivers, a lot of frustration. It only gets worse because, you know, these tempers blew up. You got enemies now, you know, people who've hit you, a lot of anger out there, and I don't think we're done with cautions quite yet.
Probably not. Shout out to Ryman Castle watching the race from YouTube tonight. Pulling for his teammate, Zach Woods, and trying to get his race car ready to actually race an actual race car, folks. So they're going to head to Florida and do some laps with that thing. But Ryman, we missed you tonight, buddy, but you know, you're probably better off watching this one from where you're at.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Ryman, a valued member here.
So 19 to go. We're closing in on the end of this thing. Hey, Dean.
Don't wake me up.
Two cash. We got dad jokes coming.
All right. Well, lay them on me.
Well, I'm thinking of one here. Give me a minute.
You're Googling,
Me on the
cheater. Aren't you? You're Googling.
I could Google. Let's Google. Hang on. Let's see. Anybody got some dad jokes in the YouTube room?
$18 to go here. Miller and Herzog. Kennedy and Newton.
Green, green, green.
What a jump by Miller. Great job there.
Sure was. Herzog's right behind him.
Tyler Lem coming on strong late. Here comes Eddie up into 5th position.
So Eddie making a rebound with those fresh tires, and he looks like he is going to be pretty racy by the end of this thing. 16 to go.
Can Eddie make it work with the fresh rubber? Can Miller hold off Herzog, putting the pressure on him.
Can Adam Newton take over the points lead?
Will Batman and Robin survive?
Tune in next week, folks. And drink your Ovaltine.
Definitely. That's going on at the back, but up front, the rage is on.
So Herzog right in the tire tracks of the 42. And Herzog, wily old veteran, he's going to be looking for a spot to get around Austin. And Austin just having some trouble trying to keep that 47 behind him.
Man,
57.
57 is impressed more than once, man. I mean, you know, we tend to look at him as kind of a steady guy, or maybe a top 5 guy. But here, the last year or so, the 57, he wants wins, man. He's up here battling, and he's got the car to do it.
Yeah, I believe he does. And it looks like Austin is going to have to pull every trick out of his bag to try to keep him behind him.
Austin running a nice, clean line here. It's going to take some aggression out of Herzog.
And that's going to bring the 3 car into the battle, folks, as Colin J has found himself into 3rd. He's around Adam Newton. And as these 2 guys start battling, here comes that 3.
Wow, Herzog going to piece of the wall. That's really going to hurt him. Here comes Colin J, Adam Newton, Matt Eddy. And look at now, with Brian Cole up into 6th position.
Yep, and after finding trouble earlier on, Brian's got himself knocking on the top 5.
Back up front. Miller
10
and
to go.
Herzog. 10 to go, yeah, down now to 9 to go. Austin got control of this. Herzog slowly reeling him back in.
Well, so it's go time now, Dean. Under 10 laps to go. If Mark's got a way to get around him, he's going to have to do it now.
Yeah, he's got to get there first. We got some lap traffic coming up. This could help him.
Is that Alan Rowell there?
We got a caution on the track. Trouble out here. Looks like Barry Hines involved. Let's see what happened. Don't laugh at me. The 8. Riding up high. Ooh, a little loose. Little correction. He saves it. Good job there. Oh, and just some hard racing there. Werdeman gets into him a little bit. Around he goes. Hard lick for one of them.
Are we going to Talladega next week? Yeah, where are we headed?
Not too sure, Baron. Let's have a look here at the old schedule. We are going to Bristol for the Mama June's Magic Relish 150.
That should be a great race.
Yeah, Bristol always puts on a good show. Spear back in, Hines back in. Looks like Hines just grabbed gas. I'm not sure if that's the best move at this point in the race. 6 laps to go here. Not sure what's going on with Spear. Maybe some repairs. And if I've said anything or done anything tonight, folks, you'll have to give me a pass. I'm not quite on my game here in this very long 200 lap race here. 5 to go. Miller leading, Herzog second, Kennedy in third. Adam Newton hanging around, having a good points night in fourth. Eddie, Brian Cole, Walker Cole, Adam Cole. Oh, we got the Coles all lined up. Werdeman and Lem in your top 10.
So 5 to go, and we'll seal this one up.
5 to go. You know, the keys to the race is who wants it. Does Herzog, a classy driver, want it? Does Colin J want it? Because I think they're going to have to knock someone out of the way to go get it.
And look, the way this race is played out tonight, it looks like that is on the menu. So as we close in on this checkered flag, I don't see it coming out of Austin or Mark, but look, anything can go tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all who did something to who earlier on in the race, and almost everybody's done something to someone here tonight.
So we'll just take the mulligan for this one. This is not normally how we race here at this series.
No, absolutely. You get these from time to time, and it happens, but these guys are great, truly. I mean, we personally know a few pretty high-level drivers in this race, and they're not doing, like, great, so there's a lot of talent here.
Yeah, there sure is. And just, you know, having a bad night, I guess.
That's super late, super tough.
True that. Rough track. And a lot of cars on the track tonight, too.
All right, 3 to go. Miller needs another good launch. I'm sure he get it. Ken Herzog time it. Go, go, go. Miller, a good jump. He's out there. Kennedy is going to do battle with Newton. Newton to the high side.
Yeah, so Newton looking to get into that top 3. Colin J giving him a little room, and now we got a side-by-side battle.
Side by side, Colin J takes it. Eddie into the 5 of Newton. Newton's going to hate this. And we're showing 3 laps still.
Just as he came across the line for the white flag, they put it green, white, checkered.
So green, white, checkered. Newton falls all the way to 16th, ruining a great points night. He is going to be livid.
Yeah, that's a rough turn of events there.
Let's get a look in on it. I don't think there was anything too malicious there, but awful timing and awful luck. See Eddie coming in. On the high side is the 5 of Newton. Eddie rolling the low side. Newton kind of coming down there, trying to fit in. No give from the 88, but kind of a self-turn almost there, Baron.
Yeah, it looked like Adam tried to put it in a hole that wasn't there, and we got him stacked up. So
we should have had some money on this, but a green-white checker will bring this race to a conclusion here. Miller needs one more great start, and this race will be his. Herzog and Kennedy trying to steal it. And then the 3 Coles. Could be a Cole-on-Cole crime again here tonight.
yeah, it might be Brian Cole, Adam Cole, Walker Cole, all on the line tonight. So they're going to be running each other pretty hard. This might be the first time in a long while we don't have a Cole in the top 3. So let's see how Colin J handles this restart.
Well, what's your advice? You're Colin J, you're sitting 3rd. It's been a long, long night. We just seen what happened to Adam Newton dropping down to 18th and Matt Eddy dropping to 17th. Do you risk it and risk that drop and go for it or not, Baron?
I think Colin said early on in this season that he was looking for a cup. So he's championship racing right now. Of course, he wants that checkered flag, no question about it. But I would be a little shocked if Colin pressed the issue. Now, should the floodgates open and something happen between the 42 and the 57, yeah, he pounces, no question.
I couldn't be more disappointed in this answer, Baron. I almost was going to say you were putting your skirt on with that, but...
Well, you know, depends on what kind
As
of
I
alcohol
lose
is
my
involved,
mind
you
a
know.
little bit in the booth here. Miller and
what
Kennedy.
kind of alcohol?
No, it was a great answer actually, but we'll see. I mean, he's points racing, but we seen early in the race he wasn't doing what he said he was going to do either. So I expect him to go for it. I don't think a racer's a racer, no matter what's on the line. You can't help yourself. I think he's going to go for it.
Well, let's take a look.
Green, green, green.
Miller, another good launch. Kennedy gets under Herzog a little bit. Herzog trying to close it. Not there. He's punted.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag is out. This is going to end it, I do believe. Miller going to be your race winner. And Herzog going to be the loser in that one. Back to 18th. He will not be happy. Kennedy up into 2nd. So on a long night here, Miller comes home victorious, making it 2 in a row. Colin J 2nd, Brian Cole, Adam Cole, Walker Cole, Werderman grabs 6th, Zach Wood 7th, Lemon 8th, Ian Spear comes home in 9th. What a job by the 34.
That's
Alan
outstanding.
Rowell in 10th. And I got to tell you, Baron, we're going to wrap this thing up here unless we go back green flag racing. It was a long night for the drivers and for the booth, and for me personally, I thank everybody for their kind words and everything. And you know, we love this series, and they're going to come back and be stronger in green flag. They'll have a few meetings sorted out, but Austin Miller, no surprise to see him in victory lane, Baron.
No, and I'm looking forward to Bristol next week. Yeah, you're right. They'll get it sorted out, and this won't be a repeat. Yeah, congrats to Austin Miller. Had a hell of a run tonight. Colin J finishes in second. So yeah, Dean, kind of a tough one.
Definitely a tough one, but for Wind Tunnel TV, for myself, Dean Doucette, and for Mr. Baron Labasco, that's going to wrap it up here, and we'll see you right